No Country for Old Men. This is one of the popular movie titles from Hollywood, but I think similar situation is playing out right now in front of our eyes in our careers as well. And what do I mean by that? Recruiters around the world and organizations are not giving as much importance or relevance to experience. There are a lot of young folks who are looking to work longer, they are looking to learn faster, and they are not afraid to commit mistakes and learn faster, right? And all these things are putting a lot of pressure on the recruiters to go for much more younger folks. And that middle-aged group, right, 5+, 8+ years work experience are now in a very tricky position. And in this video, I want to talk through a few of the potential ways in which folks in their mid-careers, 5+, 8+ years work experience can tackle these problems and how they can overcome these age-biased kind of interviewing scenarios. And the first one that I want to start is the most common mistake that people make. That is switching a job for 20%, 30%, 40% salary hikes. And why do I say that is a mistake? Let me tell you. How long would you be on a notice period? Probably 2 to 3 months. And then once you join a new company, how long would it take for you to establish yourself in the organization, know people, know the client, just start interacting with others, become comfortable, and probably leverage these relationships to a much more longer term view? It will take at least 6 to 9 months. So if you combine the notice period 3 months and the 6 to 9 months, you are close to losing 1 year of your career just for again to get started in a new organization. And we don't ever talk about this 1 year of wastage in terms of our growth. We are not growing in this 1 year. And if you are taking a salary jump of 20%, you might stay back in your old company and get that 15% hike because you are not wasting that 1 year just to re-establish yourself at some other place. So think about it. That is one of the most common mistakes that we commit, because once we have 5+, 10+ years work experience, it is then our focus should be to maximize our value. And in that path to maximization of value for ourselves, we should not take these 1 year kind of breaks without even realizing. Yes, if you are unhappy with your current job, that's a whole different conversation. But switching a job for 20%, 30% might not be a great idea. The second thing which we also need to be careful about is seeking deeper career opportunities. And what do I mean by that? When we go and sit for an interview, when we talk with that recruiter, or in the final round of the interview, when the interviewer is asking you, hey, do you have any questions? The one of the questions that you should be asking is, what if I succeed in this role? What would be the role that I would be getting? What is the career path for this role? You are not a fresher anymore to just jump into any organization and just keep rolling forward. You need to ask these deeper questions. And once you get comfortable with the answers, then think about moving. Evaluate all these things. Is it fair enough to move for 20-30% hike? Is it fair enough to move into the same exact role? Your growth opportunities are getting limited. The third thing is, irrespective of the amount of responsibilities that surround us, from a family perspective, from work perspective, literally we wouldn't have any kind of time commitment for any other activity outside of our client responsibilities and probably family responsibilities. But still, it is up to us to see if we can upskill. I'm sure if you are watching the video till this point, you are definitely one of those people who are interested in upskilling for your own career benefit. So please do think about it. If you personally believe that, hey, critical thinking, problem solving is an important skill that you need to develop as you grow forward in your career, please do check out Inquisitive Minds, a platform, continuous learning platform that I have launched recently. Moving on, the next way for you to keep moving forward is also building your network. That is leveraging your professional connections, your colleagues, your friends, your college friends, whoever it could be. Because the roles that you would be interested in, the roles that can give you that opportunity to grow, these type of roles might not be available on the job boards. So you have to continuously look for these type of roles in your network as well. And this is the place where you might find these roles. Now, one other classic mistake that we all do, you built enough experience. You have a lot of say, lot of understanding regarding the technical nuances or the people management aspect within the context of your job. But that does not mean that you will ace the interview. So you have to sit down and prepare for an interview. When a right opportunity knocks on your door, please don't believe that I'm already capable enough for that role, so I can go ahead and crack the interview without any preparation. Interview cracking is a different skill, and if you have not attended any interviews in the recent past, it's up to you to go ahead and prepare for a specific set of questions. If you are looking for technical interview rounds, then there are a lot of websites like LeetCode. If you are looking for case interview rounds, then there are again the company websites itself offering a lot of sample case interview questions. So you will find resources, just that you need to know that yes, you need to actively prepare for these interviews. The next one is about your resume. How long should your resume be? The more work experience you have, it does not mean you have like 4, 5, 6 pages of resumes. I get bored reading any resume which has more than 1 page. I have the experience of evaluating a lot of resumes, and I can see that if somebody is not able to portray the point in 1 page, it doesn't even make sense. It is up to you again to push forward and see, hey, how can I highlight my career experience in 1 page? It becomes extremely important. It doesn't matter if you have 20 years experience or 30 years experience. Your resume should only be 1 page. The relevance of resume is not what you have done. The relevance of resume is about what are the highlights from your career and the highlights of your career which are relevant for that job. So make sure that you are getting used to the practice of keeping your resume relevant for 1 page only. Now the next one is with respect to understanding the market demand and making sure that you don't fall into the trap even when we discussed all the other positive elements that we can go ahead and do. What do I mean by that? Very simple. You do all the positive things, but still market might punish you, because no country for old men, right? You are still pushing forward, but the recruiters, the companies, they are thinking from a different lens altogether. So how you can tackle this situation could be, number 1, you go ahead, start reaching out to founders who might require your type of expertise, because they should not be committing the same mistakes that you would have committed in the past, or they do not have the experience that you have, so that you can guide them to not fall into a particular trap. Starting to get into some kind of advisory roles could be a very good option. The other option is going and picking up some part-time work and you reducing your stress on your primary income source, your primary job, all those elements. Let me be very, very clear. I have been having a lot of conversations with my colleagues, friends from INSEAD who have now close to 15 years work experience, and the conversations are always around what should I do now beyond my work. And they all are getting started with some part-time gigs. They are allocating 1 to 2 hours of committed time on a daily basis and trying to experiment with a few ideas in that 2 hours. If it works, it works. Otherwise, there is no harm that you are doing to yourself. So try to park that 1 to 2 hours if you can, and get together with 1 or 2 of your friends and start building on some ideas. You will thank me later for this. Thank you so much, guys. I hope this video is helpful for you to craft your mid-career journey and make sure that you are still part of the country when everybody is saying that there is no country for old men. Please do share the video in your circle and do let me know if there are any additional points that are working for you specifically, and the entire community can also learn from you. See you in the next one. Bye bye.